Yeah, we've been talking quite a lot. We've been reading the notes that we've got about what it's like in London and the amount of flowers and the waiting times that are expected. But what about if we had somebody on who's got first-hand experience because he's been down there, our very own resident film guru, Andy Godfrey. Good morning to you, Andy.
Good morning, Gareth. What an unexpected pleasure to be talking to you. Morning, listeners.
You sent us over some lovely photographs, which we have put on our socials, both you and Beth, because Beth, who does Thursday evenings, our presenter, she's also been down there as well. And I just wanted you to sort of, I guess, set the scene a bit and tell us what it's like there, because one thing that stood out to me is you said that the smell of the flowers in Green Park.
Yeah, there were two things that stood out to me, Gareth, and that was one of them. There are literally thousands of flowers lying in Green Park, and they've been laid out beautifully so that you can walk among them. There are pathways weaved in between the bunches of flowers and the displays, and the aroma was overwhelming. I mean, I suffer from asthma, and it did set me wheezing a little bit because it was so powerful and it was so beautiful and it felt so clean. Quite often when you go to London, and I spend a lot of time in London, you come away feeling a little bit grimy, a little bit, grubby. But in fact, I came away from that experience on Monday just feeling clean, just feeling refreshed, just feeling invigorated, really, by the smell of literally thousands of flowers. That's no exaggeration. And they've been taken. The palace officials were asking people to lay their flowers in Green Park rather than in front of the palace. And it was just amazing to see so many. That was the first thing that hit you, is the aroma. And you did come away feeling invigorated. You came away feeling a bit cleaner than you usually do from London. And I thought, I was stood there thinking, I'm sure Her Majesty would have loved this. I'm sure that she would have absolutely found this beautiful. And what a great tribute to an amazing lady. The second thing that hit you, Gareth, was the choir. Again, London is often, so noisy. It's just sirens blaring and cars blaring, and London is and planes overhead. And it was the quiet, it was the reverence with which people were walking around. Just looking at the flowers and taking this in, and they've got it set up so that you have to queue to get to the gates of Buckingham Palace. And I stood in the queue, and even children, quiet, reverential, carrying teddy bears. There were lots of Paddington bears, as you might expect, and it was just the quiet and the aroma that really hit me. Yeah.
Now, you go down to London quite a lot. And for us up in the north, it seems like across the whole of the country, there does seem a lot more love than there was before the Queen died. It seems like just everybody's a bit more reflective. Is that how it feels in the capital?
Yes, it did. I mean, it did feel like that. I mean, we're never quite sure exactly how popular the monarchy is, and there have been times when we've had anti-monarchists. We have had some protests in Edinburgh this week, some people protesting against the monarchy, but it felt reverential, it felt respectful, it felt that even those who perhaps are against the monarchy or even want to see the monarchy abolished were respectful of this woman. I mean, yesterday I was really hit by Prince Charles being in Northern Ireland and the way he talked about the way she tried to bring the two sides together. And let's not forget the IRA killed a very important member and much loved member of her family. And yet she went over there, she tried to bring the two sides together. And I was in London on Monday for a film-related event with Mark Kermode, the BBC's film critic. Now, he's known, he's not a monarchist, he's known as a revolutionary guy, he doesn't like the monarchy. But even he came on stage with a black tie on because he said this woman was remarkable. This woman deserves every bit of respect she's getting for the way she handled herself, the way she handled affairs of state, and the way in which she conducted herself. And I think some of that was down to her faith, Gareth. We talked about this on Friday, the fact that she loved the Lord Jesus Christ, she believed in God, the teachings of Christ, which are all about reconciliation and forgiveness, played a massive part in her life, and they shone through in the way she handled affairs of state. And I think that even those who are against the monarchy, on Monday, you could sense nobody wanted to say, nobody had a bad word to say about this woman, whether they were pro-monarchy or not. She was remarkable.
Now, of course, in the next few days, there will be the opportunity for people to pay their final respects as Her Majesty lays in state. You know the area well. This is going to be a big thing, isn't it, where people are going to be waiting a long time?
Gareth, I used to work for Christian Aid, and on one occasion I was in Westminster Hall talking to an MP where she's going to be laid in state, but I had to wait on that particular occasion an hour to get in. We're talking about people queuing for 30 hours to get in. It is going to be crazy. You are not allowed to take a chair. You're not allowed. Push chairs have to be the kind that you can fold up really small. You're only allowed a small bag. There's going to be airport style security. I think that people are going to have to be very patient. I don't think it's going to be what a lot of people are expecting. You know, if you want to nip out and use the loo, you might lose your place in the queue. You know, it's going to be, and some of the roads and the pavements over Lambeth Bridge, for example, or Westminster Bridge, they're not the widest pavements in the world. So it's going to be a very long, narrow queue. I'm down in London on Friday again for another film-related event. But I'm going to go down a bit early and just have a look at the queue. I won't be joining it, but I'll go down and I'll send you some photos. And I'll have a look for myself on Friday to see what's going on. Yeah, but some of those pavements are really narrow.
You know, because if you read what they had to do in Edinburgh, and if there's anybody listening who was there, and if I'm saying anything wrong, please do correct me, because I'm just going off the notes I've been sent. But they will be using in London this armband system where it's a number. So you will be allowed to sort of leave the queue and go to the toilet or do something and then come back again. But the problem is you will probably get people who start to abuse that system and think, well, I've got my armband, I'll now go home, I'll sleep, and I'll come back again.
Yes, I mean, let's hope not. Let's hope that people don't abuse the system. And of course, we're not just talking about the queues for the Queen lying in state. We're talking about Monday when the coffin will be taken. It's a very short journey from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey. I mean, literally, it's across the road. But you know, people will be queuing. People will be lining the Mall today to see the King. Walking behind. By the way, one time I must tell you the story of how I met Prince Charles. And people will be queuing today down the Mall, you know, and they've got barriers everywhere. Again, on Monday, it just hit me. I've never seen so many barriers in my life. And the media section, quite incredible. We put a photograph of that to you. So yes, it will be, but it will be quiet. It will be reverential, and hopefully those who want to protest will recognize that this is not the time. You know, now is the time to pay respects to a remarkable woman who achieved remarkable things and brought people together like nobody else could. And I love her for that. I mean, I've got a Union Jack that I'm flying from my house, and I'm more than happy to say that this woman was worthy of our allegiance. And I hope and I pray that King Charles will prove himself to be as well. Yeah.
Well, Andy, be safe down there, and thank you for the photographs. Remember to keep an eye on our socials, because we have got two of our, should we call them correspondents down there? We've got Andy Godfrey, and we've also got Beth as well. She's down there. So any of the photos, you won't be seeing these anywhere else. These are unique to us. And of course, we'll try and get Beth on soon if she's available, but she's very, very busy at the moment. But Andy, thank you very much. And hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you again sometime this week to find out your further experiences of going down there on Friday.
Well, I'll be down there Friday afternoon, Gareth. Yeah. So
take care,
I will
Andy.
definitely keep you posted. God bless my friends.
And God bless
everybody. Thank you.